So in this lesson, we're going to eliminate all the fear and doubts that you might have trading fair value gaps by using confirmations. Confirmations add an extra layer of confidence to your FVG trade selection by validating your reactions, minimizing your risk, and optimal trade management. So here we have our overview. This is our fair value gap, and of course we're going to strictly focus on overlap fair value gap. So this is just an example. What you want is an initial interaction and a pullback. That first pullback will be revisited again, and your entry would be right post that pullback. So once price crosses over that pullback, you're getting in a sell in this situation, and your stop loss would be right above the initial interaction. So if it can only be as simple as the previous example, but in reality, there's three types of confirmation, and we're going to cover each and every single one. In all of these upcoming examples, we're going to use our macro as our fair value gap locator, and we're going to use our micro as our confirmations. And the general rule of thumb should be for your micro to be anywhere between 1/8 to 1/16 of your macro. So if your macro is the 4-hour, your micro should be anywhere between the 30 minutes and the 15 minutes. So our first type of confirmation will be based on our first interaction. And again, the black lines right here is our macro, which is our locator. This is how we located our overlap fair value gap. And the red line that I'm going to draw right now will be our micro, which is our confirmation. And what we would want to see is for price to head to our overlap fair value gap and reject. By rejecting, it will form a micro pullback. So when price does revisit this level and then come back to the initial high that was our previous rejection from our level, we expect to get in an entry right above this level. So once price crosses this level right here, we expect to get in a long position. And what the confirmation helps us with is we can piggy bank of the volume. So we can take advantage of our volume that we get instantly from this level by using a continuation entry, and we can shrink our stop loss. So we can make our stop loss a lot smaller than it would be initially. So our stop loss would be right here if we're trading without a confirmation, and by trading in confirmation, our stop loss would now be right here. And our take profit would always be our previous macro range. You would want to exit at the extreme. So right before the extreme. So this would be your entry. So once price approaches this level and crosses over this level, you get in a buy position right here and you exit right at the extreme. Here we have our macro overlap fair value gap. So before entering this trade, we need to go in the lower time frames to look for a confirmation. So for the macro, we're using the 4-hour. So again, the rule of thumb is anywhere between 1/8 or 1/16. So we're going to go to the 15-minute to look for a confirmation. Price is approaching our fair value gap and rejected. So what are we waiting for? We're waiting for a clear pullback back inside of our range and use our rejection here as our resistance. Now price came back inside of the range. So now what we're waiting for is a price to come below this level. Once price breaks below this level, we're taking this entry. And now you're in. So your stop loss is right above your previous peak. And let's take a look at our stop loss. Our stop loss would be our macro structure, which would be here. And what you would do now is you would pull out your fib, get the last swing low and the last swing high, and mark up your extreme. So your TP would be right here. So let's mark up the extreme just for context. And we hit our take profit. So why are we exiting our trade here? Again, at each level of extreme, you don't know if price is going to continue lower. So you don't know if price is going to break this extreme area and continue lower. So when trading, you always want to look for the highest probability, and the highest probability is that this area is unknown. So you'd always want to exit from here. And if you wait, you'll see the price will more than likely reject from this extreme level, at least up to somewhere here. I don't know if you want to hold a pullback this long, or price can always completely reverse and start a new trend from an extreme level. So You always want to get out at a level of uncertainty. And the reason why you want to use confirmations is because you're taking advantage of the momentum. You're taking advantage of the volume. You're not looking for a reversal. A reversal would be an entry. Let's say if you want to take a buy position here, you would take a buy position right here. This would be a reversal trade. You don't want to take that many reversal trades. You want to mainly focus on continuations, taking advantage of the volume. If you know the price is going to reject from this level and you had your rejection level right here that broke, you're using this momentum from all the selling pressure from this area to push price down. And you'll see that this area will fail because of the premium. Price will more than likely start a bullish trend, at least on the micro level. So another type of a confirmation would be price approaching your level and pulling back without making full-on contact with your overlap and then coming back to make contact. So what happens here is there will be a order block formed right here. And what this order block would do is this will act as your defense. So let's say price comes up here and rejects from this level and continues down, then you have no entry. Why? Because your entry is above this order block. But now let's say this order block gets ran through and price crosses your initial contact rejection. Then you can get an entry here and of course exit at an extreme. So here's an example of this confirmation. So here you have your overlap fair value gap. Now let's go on to lower time frames. And in this case, this is a wide fair value gap. So any false swing needs to be near our overlap, which is this black line right here. Again, we wouldn't count these just because of how wide our fair value gap is. You would want the contact to be somewhere close by. So what do we have here? So here you had your false swing and here you had your order block. So now once price approaches this level and crosses below, you're looking to get in a short. So you would be in your trade right now and your stop loss should be right above your overlap. And the reason it's right above your overlap and not completely the swing, because you're saving yourself a few points just for the fact that if price already broke this demand order block. So if price comes up here and breaks this order block again and closes above here, it will more than likely take out this level and continue the opposite direction. So you would want to just save yourself some points. And the reason we don't completely have it all the way down here, we don't have the stop loss right here, it's just because price can always, this 15-minute candle can always start off on the first 5 minutes as bullish, wick out, and then close below to complete a 15-minute candle close bearish. So it could be a candle flip. So you're just watching out for the stop hunt. But the reason we would keep it right above here, because if price does completely close above here, it'll more than likely continue above and your fair value gap wouldn't work. So you're trying to save points in the long run. So your stop loss would be right here and your TP would be at your extreme. The last example of a confirmation would be price approaching your overlap fair value gap and rejecting, and then price comes back into that initial range and consolidates and continues rejecting from that pullback to then eventually stop hunt and completely take out this level, and this is where your entry would be. So it will form a micro base hovering around your overlap fair value gap. So here we have our macro overlap fair value gap. Now let's go on the lower time frames for our confirmation. So here you have your initial contact, and this is your rejection. Even though it's a wick, you can always go on a lower time frame and actually see the clear swing. So now what you want to do is you want to draw your rejection level right here. And look at price rejecting from this level. Price rejected from this level once, twice, 3 times. So it basically formed a base hovering around your level. So what you're waiting for now is a break. Let's see whatever swing low is made. Okay, so this is your stop loss. And now let's go and find our TP. So your TP could be your macro swing. Your first TP could be somewhere right here. Your second TP could be here, and you can hold the trade further than that. But of course, like we said previously, you always want to exit where there is a level of uncertainty. And our level of uncertainty is our extreme. And it hit our TP. So let me show you why these confirmations not only help us enter the correct trades, it also protects us from bad trades. So here we have our overlap fair value gap. Let's go into lower time frames. So what do we have here? We had our false swing right here. So this is our false swing. So now automatically we have our rejection level that we're waiting for price to get under. So now what are we looking for? We are looking for a short right below this level. We're looking for a short right below this level, of course, targeting our extremes. And as you can see, your fair value gap failed. But the good thing is we were never in the trade. Why? Because we did not get that extra volume push from this level to break this level to get in our trade. So not only the confirmations help us get into good trades, it also protects us from bad trades. If you are confused about any point in this lesson, make sure you check our previous 2 lessons on fair value gaps to get the basics down. So thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And if you guys want more information, make sure you visit our website.